Shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rokah HaKodash. Love honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brothers that are preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, have mercy upon you. Okay, this will be one for the passport, bro. You know, I never spoke on passport bros and the issue with the passport bros and you know, all of the, you know, the things that transpired with the passport bro, you know. But this is not for the passport bros for real. This is for what? The passport sisters. So the name of this video, first the video, well, first let me say, I'm not making any money from posting this video on my page. This video is in fair use. Destro Reborn has pretty good. He has some nice videos, right? And the name of the video is Passport Sister Trapped in Saudi Arabia. How she drugged her husband to escape. Let's get into it.
American women are matching with Middle Eastern men.
Yep. And not only are they matching, but they're getting married too, which is fine, you know, like people are people. But my cousin was actually one of those black women who got married to a man from the Middle East.
The plot thickens.
Her husband at the time is from Saudi Arabia. And so my cousin met him when she was in the military. They fell in love, they got married, and eventually she followed him back to Saudi Arabia where he's from. She also brought her son from a previous marriage.
This sounds so glorious, don't you agree? The gods have smiled upon this Saudi man, for he has secured a military side chick, noble, respectable woman of the people, / single mother, a top-tier recruit from the Passport Girl Sisterhood. Maybe he enjoys playing.
Key point, a single mother.
With the C-section scar and the stretch marks another man has left. As a matter of fact, why do we not talk more about the great successes of the Passport Sisters?
You're setting us up for something.
Flashback.
I'm just realizing, why doesn't anyone talk about passport girls? So no one's talking about passport girls because it's a thing for girls too. Women been doing it for years. They go to different countries and they find potential husbands and they bring them back. And the rationale behind it is that they feel like the men in these other countries take care of them more. They care about their emotional needs. They cook.
This is a lie. You know, this is a lie right here. Right? But this is an incident that took place with a sister that married a guy down there in Saudi Arabia. Right? Now we're gonna give you see, the thing is with these westernized women over here in America, they're used to the Western culture. And this is the culture that we're up under. Esau Edom has what? Diluted it with what? With a bunch of wickedness. And you know, and women just running free, doing whatever it is they want to do. But you can't do that in other countries. Right? So this is why this place has to go. Because this place teaches outside of scripture. And a lot of especially the Arab countries, they actually follow, especially when dealing with their wives and women. They actually still follow the natural culture of what it is, which is order. Let me put it that way, which is order. Because let me get one precept before I start back over. In Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. He shall rule over thee, your husband. But this is the what? This order here is what? It's flip-flop. Especially in the so-called black neighborhood. So let's hear it.
Cook as well, they clean as well. So they're like, hey, might as well I go to Colombia, I go to Jamaica, I go to a country in Africa, I go to South Korea, I go to the Philippines and get these men, and they're better partners.
A few moments later.
And, you know, she was feeling some type of way because she was also pregnant. And he didn't want her to leave Saudi Arabia. So he took her passports.
Ay, caramba! Oh, no!
And also, he was like, hey, you're pregnant now, so I want to get another wife. At least my needs can be fulfilled, whatever.
Huh? He wants to get a what? She's pregnant. And she wants to get a what? Another wife. This is E. E trapped over there in Saudi Arabia. And she's pregnant. And the guy wants to what? Wants to get another wife. Why? Because she's pregnant. She's finna what? Bring forth what? A seed. Which is his seed. Let's hear it.
Yes, men that fully provide for a single mother should also have additional wives and maybe a few concubines.
Just bad with the brother, gimmicks and stuff. It ain't nothing to me just to get bad with it, but he makes a lot of pretty good points with certain of his gimmicks. So here we go.
I mean, that sounds pretty fair to me. Remember, you don't want a Western man, and you scoff at going 50-50 on the bills. So you should have no issue being a sister wife, right? Why waste your time on a quote-unquote...
Well, let me read that. I want to read that. Hold up 1 second, y'all. 1 second. I want to read that. He put it up on there. Let's...
have no issue being a sister wife, right?
Okay, a sister wife. In a what? A polyamorous relationship where at least 2 women are involved. Each woman is a what? A sister wife to the other. Sister wives may or may not have a sexual relationship with each other. So all that old freaky stuff with women laying down with one another because they're married to the same man. That's wickedness. That's wickedness.
Why waste your time on a quote-unquote dusty
To these dusties, okay?
broke man that makes 60 to 90,000 a year when you can just share your husband? Yeah, so strong, so independent.
She was shocked and disgusted and couldn't believe it when he moved her and her son to the basement. He moved her to the...
To the well? She's pregnant now. She hadn't had the child yet. But she's pregnant. Okay, she got 9 months with the child. And then after the child, let me get a preset real quick. And then after the child is born, he moved her to the basement while he bring his new wife in. Okay, this is Leviticus 12. 12, I'm going to start at verse 2. I'll just start from the top. And the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a woman have conceived seed and born a man child, meaning a young man, a boy, then she shall be unclean 7 days according to the days of the separation for her of infirmity shall she be unclean. That's the ministration. So, but it gets better. Let's get verse 3. And in the 8th day of the flesh of his foreskin he shall be circumcised. The point is right here, verse 4. And she shall then continue in the blood of her purifying 3 and 30 days. 3 and 30 days. She shall touch no hallowed thing, meaning anything that's holy, she can't touch it. Nor come into the sanctuary until the day of her purifying be what? Fulfilled. But if she bear a maid child, meaning a female, then she shall be unclean 2 weeks, as in her separation, and she shall continue in blood of her purifying 60 days. Let's see, 3 times 20, that's 60 and 6 days. That's 66 days. So this here is this is after the birth of her child. She's in the basement now because she's what? She's pregnant. So let's hear it on out.
The basement of their house, okay, and he was preparing like the first and second floor for his new wife, trying to impress the new wife's family.
I mean, was the basement that bad? Did you not have AC, Wi-Fi, and your own bath?
I mean, it's crazy to think about it. Like, it used to cost millions to advertise on TV.
Bathroom. Never forget, these American Dusties want to bring you to the Cheesecake Factory.
To the Dusties, okay?
We all know that a basement room for you and your child isn't as bad as a Cheesecake Factory.
So my cousin, she was freaking out, and she was just like, I need to get out of here. But he took my passports. This place is like threatening my son too. He can't even walk down the street without.
Hold up. Can't no husband treat his wife like that? Take her passport and keep her keep her from going anywhere? I thought y'all had all these rights. See, you don't have the same rights over there in them foreign countries. You're gonna get so. I love to see them passport sisters run to especially to those Arab nations and trying to what they treat them like animals anyway. What they call it, porta potties. That's one I need to do a video on too, on porta potties. The brother did one. I need to do one. That's disgusting. You can't get no more disgusting than that, right? But you can't have no wives, y'all. You can't have more. A man had never had more than one wife. Yeah, right. Let's go to 1 Peter 3. 1 Peter 3 and verse 5. For after this manner in the old time the holy woman also who trusted in the Most High adorned themselves meaning what? They prepared what? Their minds for women to be what? Married to what? Their husbands. Because, again, a lot of the things that are subject, that men is subject unto over him, dealing with women, this is the most, excuse me, this place over here, this is why no one wants to marry, starting with the most least desirable woman is what? A so-called black woman. Where's all that attitude over there in Saudi Arabia? She what? It's not afforded to her, right? For after this manner in the old time, the holy woman also who trusted in God, adorned themselves meaning prepared their minds in subjection unto their own husband. So guess what? Own husband don't mean one husband. Own husband mean preparing your mind for the things that are subject unto women being married to men, meaning her ministration, 7 days. Let's get that right quick. before I go here. What that? Leviticus 15 is one in 15. I think it's 15. Leviticus 15. Yes. Leviticus 15. Let me go into verse 24. And if any man lie with her at all, in her flower meaning her ministration, be upon him, he shall be unclean 7 days, and all the bed whereon he lieth shall be unclean. So that goes for who? The man just as well as the woman. What I wanted was 18, 20. Leviticus 20 and 18. Yeah, that's what I wanted. And if a man shall lie with a woman having her sickness, meaning her administration, and shall uncover her nakedness, he has discovered her fountain, and she has uncovered the fountain of her blood, her administration, and both of them shall be cut off from among their people. And I read to you what? Leviticus 12 concerning the birth. So she's in the basement with her initial pregnancy. So she's going to be in that basement for quite a while. Just up to what? A year. So let's head on out. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Hold up. I didn't finish. I'll just come back to it.
About people being really disrespectful to him. And her son was going through it. Like, he wanted to go back to the States. He didn't like how he was treated. And it was very traumatic as a kid, like having stuff thrown at you because of the color of your skin. And yeah, so somehow she got into contact with the American Embassy, and they're like, hey.
You know, Eve good at that, man. She good at doing what? She's good at creating, trying to make everything racial. He's good at that. Always trying to make everything racial matter when it don't deal with racial matters. That's just for her to get her way. But it don't work in other countries like it works over here. Right? It don't work in other countries. So I got quite a few precepts, man. So let me go hit this precept right quick. 1 Peter 3 and 5 again. For after his manner in the old times, the holy women also who trusted in the Most High adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husband, meaning one man with several wives, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughter ye are, as long as ye do well, and are not afraid with what? Any amazement. Likewise, ye husband dwell with them according to knowledge. And that knowledge is what? Dealing with what? The scriptures. The law, statute, commandment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel. You all are the weaker vessel, man. This is why there's so much confusion over here in America. This is why America is falling apart as it is today. Because why? You have all these leaders in America. What? It's female captains and female governors and female males, and this place is going to a shit. Literally. The weaker vessel in as being heirs together of the grace of life, that what? That your prayer be not hindered. Finally, ye all of one mind, what? One mind in the laws that you can remember Yahweh Hashem Yahushua on what? On what the conditions between a husband and a wife. Having compassion one of another, love as brethren, be what? Pitiful, be courteous. Okay. Let's see. Evil really. Now, okay, let me make one other point before I go back to the video. And that point is that, you know, over there, Eve, you are considered to be the more least desirable, like let me use Solomon for an example. Solomon had 700 wives. Let's get it right quick. He had 700 wives. I'm gonna make a point. It's a point. It's a good point too. Listen to this here, right? Solomon had 700 wives. Let's go to verse 3. This is 1 Kings 11:3. And he had 700 wives, parentheses, princes. Those were the women out of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. From Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulun, Gad, Reuben, Asher, Issachar, and Naphtali. Those are the princes, wives, princes, and 300 concubines. So you owe that in what? Saudi Arabia. And so the Arabian woman is considered over there in their country the princess. You are now part of what? A concubine. And his wives turn. So you owe that part. That's the point I wanted to make concerning the wives and you being married to an Arab man and not married to a what? So-called black man. And then so an Arab woman, he married an Arab woman. That means you what? She's first, you're last. You first, cause you what? That's his princess. So let's go. Let's get it on. Let's get it.
If you can get your passport and like a chaperone to the airport, we can jet you out of here.
Wait a minute. Maybe I've been misled. This is starting to sound like an episode of Locked Up Abroad. This doesn't sound like the saga of Passport Bros. This doesn't sound like poached eggs and French toast in the morning, served to you while she's wearing your white Oxford shirt. Yeah, some Passport Bros get used for their money, but you got used for your womb. How much higher are you on the pay-for-play hierarchy than the infamous Dubai porta potty escort?
You got used for your womb. What did I read to you in Genesis 3? Right? Your desire, what? Your desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over you. She shall be what? Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband.
I mean, just think about it.
So my cousin pretended to be good with her husband again. She pretended like she didn't have a problem with him getting married to another woman, serving him tea, whatever, just like being very wifey, okay? And one day, she put Benadryl or some sleeping powder or something like to make him really drowsy, knocked him out. And she was able to get her passports and other paperwork. Her son was like her chaperone because he looked like a man. He was pretty tall. And they made it to the airport. The American embassy took care of them, and now she's back in the States. And she never ever wants to go to a Muslim country, and she never wants to go to an Arab or Middle Eastern country at all because of the extreme racism that they experience.
Now it's racism. Y'all. It's racism because she what? She don't have no what? She can't buck up. She can't run that mouth. She can't turn that head and twist that them lips and run over what? She can't go down in the courtroom and what? Get with the judge and her attorneys and what? And rob a man blind. So that's racism. That's not racism. It's not sexist. It's not anything. What about them? What? Those are the what? Those are the rules when it comes to a woman and a man. When it comes, especially in marriage. Escape. She had to drug her husband to escape. You escape from what? You ain't escaped, you ran. You ran and did what? That's Eve, boy. You can't keep Eve down, because Eve gonna do what? Eve gonna find a way to do what it is she wanna do. Let's go to Tobit 8 and 6. Thou madest Adam and gavest him Eve, his wife, for an helper, a helper, not no equal, not no 50-50, and helper, and state of them came mankind. Thou hast said, it is good that a man should be alone, or should not. It is not good that a man should be alone. Let us make him an aid, like unto himself, an aid. Let's hear it out. I think I'm gonna let it hit on out. I'm gonna get a few more precepts, and I'm gonna close it out.
There, and how she had her rights taken away as a woman.
Wait a minute now. Rights taken away? See, you know, American people be comparing their rights to the rights in other countries, right? You can't run wild over there in those countries because for one thing, most of the men that especially that most of the men over there in Saudi Arabia, they're not. If you've been touched, they don't want you for real. And she's lucky to even have him over there in her country, especially when she brought a child over there. The same rules over here in America don't apply in other countries, baby. They apply in other countries, unless they are westernized countries. There are a lot of westernized countries that are just as wicked as this place here, but it's not. The America is the wicked place of all.
She had her twins. Okay, she had her babies, and her ex-husband tried to find her, reach out because he wanted to see the kids too, and he didn't think that he did anything wrong. I don't know like where she is now exactly, but last time I heard, she's doing really great with her children, and yeah. So people don't want to hear this story. I think I have made a video about this before, and folks are like, that's not true. But yes, it's true. It's true, and that's why, I love different cultures, but the Middle East for a black person is not safe.
It seems men of all cultures don't value Western women with kids. Interesting, especially when there were younger, more traditional women available. I wonder if the insults were not focused on her race, but rather that she was a single mother that divorced her husband.
Are Arab men open to marrying women with a child? I'm a non-Arab woman with a daughter. I never married because my ex was abusive. I value Arab men for their culture and the way they care for women, but I worry they wouldn't take me seriously.
Yes, we are. Arab men don't consider anything wrong with marrying a woman who already has children. Only you might not be the first or sole wife. Also, if your child was conceived outside a marriage, it is likely that there will be trust issues. And even if he wants to marry you, his family may be against it. Extramarital sex is generally frowned upon, and women who engage in it never tend to
Extramarital sex is frowned upon. Mean you can't be running and gadding abroad and sleeping with any man you want to sleep with. That don't work. You can't do that in those other countries, right? And again, unless you're unless it's a westernized country, right? That's wickedness, man. This is where diseases, sexual diseases, transmitted diseases started from what? Starts from what? Women sleeping around, gadding abroad. Seed, got 2, 3, 4, 5 different seeds of a man in your womb, which is what? Which is blood. That's caused diseases. That's a mixture of what? Of blood.
Regain society's trust. If you are a widow or a divorcee, and your children are from that marriage, that problem will not arise. You will get all the respect of an honored wife from his family, and your children would be accepted and probably cherished. We love children.
But wait a minute. You didn't smash the bell and press the light.
See? That is. The thing is that people be thinking that they go, especially Eve be thinking that she can run amok of what? Run over men like they can go to them other countries and be wild and act ignorant and not receive any consequences behind their actions. Let's get Tobit again. Tobit 8 and verse 6. Thou madest Adam and gavest him Eve his wife for an helper, and stay of them. Let me do this right quick. Gotta hold some. Let's get this. Thou madest Adam and gavest him Eve, his wife, for an helper and stay of them. Came mankind, thou hast what said, it is not good that man should be alone. Let us make unto him an aid like unto himself. An aid, not someone that's running around and gathering abroad and doing what it is she want to do, raising hell, taking the children, and now she took them children and ran off. Now if you get them children and take them back to what? Get them back over there to what's his name? That's not gonna be them. I don't have that being. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think that could be called a kidnap because then he would. He's the father of those children. There are different rules that apply in Saudi Arabia than there is in America, man. This is Ecclesiasticus 25 and 1. And three things I was beautified and stood up, beautified both before the Most High and men, the unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together. Agree together in what? In the law, statute, commandment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's the agreement that should be what? Agreed upon between a man and a woman. Right? Verse 8. Let's go to verse 8 real quick. Well is him that dwelleth with a wife of understanding. Having understanding of what? Or what it is, the things that are done, and one of those things that are done concerning your husband is that he can take a second wife. Isaiah 4 and 1. What's gonna take place during Jacob's trouble, right? Yeah, they're gonna be doing this time. It's not gonna be in the kingdom. This is gonna be doing this time. Isaiah 4 and 1. 7 women shall take hold of what? Of one man. That's what's gonna take place. Real soon. 7 women shall take hold of one man. Because all of the hell that's gonna be going on in America, you're gonna need the protection of a man. And so women, it clearly outnumbers, especially the so-called black women, especially the Judite women, the so-called black women, they outnumber the men probably 15 to 20 to 1. So 7 is just a number, which means completion. That don't mean that's the actual number. So, where was I? Oh yeah. Verse 8 of Ecclesiasticus 25 and 8. Well is him that dwelleth with a wife of understanding. So if you can get a wife of understanding, it's possible even over here that you can have what? Have 2 wives, but you got to be able to take care of them. And that has not slipped with her tongue. Meaning running her mouth. You know how Eve loved to run her mouth and shake her head. And that has not served a man more unworthy than himself. Where is him that has found prudence, meaning wisdom, and he that what speaketh in the ears of them that will hear? Oh, how great is he that findeth wisdom, yet is there none above him that feareth the Lord. Is this what I want? Yes. But the love of the Lord passeth all things for what? Illumination, meaning spiritual enlightenment. He that holdeth it whereto shall be what? Be likened. So there it is. You can't run amok and run around and gather abroad when you're over there in those other countries, especially over there in Saudi Arabia, those Arab countries. You don't have those same rights. You don't have those same rights. That's confusion that America gives the westernized women over here in the West. This is why women should not be teaching anything. Let your woman keep silent in the church. That is 1 Corinthians 14 and 34. Let your woman keep silent in the church, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are what? Commanded to be under obedience, as I also said the law. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husband at home. For it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church. There it is, man. So that would narrow down what? A lot of confusion in the homes. So Eve keep running over there in them Arab nations and being a passport sister, which is no such thing for real passport sister, because ain't no passport sister running over there marrying anybody, because they want to control their men, and they will clearly not control their men over here. I mean, over there in those Arab countries. That would never happen. So I'm gonna say, call Allah Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rikar Kudash, Shalom.